Well, Cancer, I just did this whole reading over here, which is absolutely fucking gorgeous. Um, and it only recorded like 8 minutes of it. So, I am going to recap this shit real quick. All right. We're doing this is an all sign, or not an all signs reading, Jesus criminy. This is a Cancer reading. It is a general reading. Now it's got me all flustered, bruh. The first part of this, I did hear something about your mental space, right? You're gaining mental clarity, you're clearing out mental space, or you have a clear mind. Um, and on the bottom of the deck was the Two of Swords here. So you're closing off that heart space. Wow. So you're closing off your heart space and have a choice to make, but you're doing it from your head and not your heart when it's actually supposed to be from the heart. Possibly about around a equal give and take, a partnership maybe, community, something of that nature. So what came out first? We'll start like this. Can't really see all these, but we have the Emperor and the Ten of Wands. What I was getting with this was you in the past, this is the past, sorry. In the past, you were stepping into your power, but you felt as if there was some sort of burden still, like being in your power was a burden. The Emperor was clarified by the Five of Pentacles and the Ace of Swords. So the Five of Pentacles is feeling like there isn't enough, there's lack. And the Ace of Swords is truth. So there was some sort of truth about you, even though you were in your power, you still felt some sort of lack. Or you were dealing with somebody who was. Typically, it's your energy, the first card out. At least that's how I intend it to be. And I don't usually like to put readings onto other people that we're dealing with outside of ourselves, just because it's always a reflection. Anyway, back to this. 10 of Wands, right? You were feeling burdened by the fruits of your labor, which is literally what the 10 of Wands is. It's the seeds that we have planted, that we are carrying. We have the Moon to clarify that, and the Ace of Pentacles. So this burden was probably not known to many people, right? And it could have been an offer from somebody. That could have felt like a burden. You could be getting a new offer because of this old burden that you purged through and this lack that you did the work around, right? Okay, so over here in the present energy, we have the Nine of Cups, the Judgment, and the Two of Cups. So it looks like you are feeling fulfilled on your own in your own emotional space, right? You're making some judgment calls possibly around relationships. Do I keep them? Do I let them go? And I mean, honestly, we're ending this year of the snake pretty soon here, like 2 weeks or so. And that'll be the shedding of these things. We're letting all of this stuff go. So you could be making a judgment call around maybe personal relationships at this time. A lot of emotional healing is going on here, and a lot of judgment calls. You could be really feeling your heart space, right? But trying to make a choice from your head still. Now, the Nine of Cups is clarified with the King of Wands and the King of Cups. So you could be seriously feeling really fulfilled and passionate in this King of Wands, ready to take action. I do notice that the kings are facing opposite ways, right? You could want to act in a way that you used to before, going backwards, right? Maybe you want to act from passion instead of from an emotional groundedness going forward. Okay, so you could be kind of tempering those two at this time, figuring out which is the best route of action, right? How do I see relationships? Am I going to continue doing them from this maybe passionate place where it's like more sexual energy? Or are we going to do this from a deeper, more King of Cups, very methodical, very emotionally connected, very intimate closeness? And that could be the judgment call that you're making here. Judgment is clarified with the King of Pentacles and the Emperor. I want to note right now that the only king that is not out and did not show up was the King of Swords. Okay, and we have the Emperor twice, which means that you are embodying the King of Swords, but there could be something around a lack of discernment. You could really have had a lot of programmed beliefs. We do have the Queen of Swords. Okay, so it's like you are getting very clear. I see what's happening. So you are in the Queen of Swords right now, and one more step up is the King of Swords because you are still in this space, right? And then you're going to choose, this is how I see it, you're going to choose one of these swords, right? And you're going to be like, bing, bing, I'm the King of Swords now. Okay, so you're in this space of like, not quite there. You're in the emotional space of discernment, which sounds funny, but you know what? The queen considers the heart space. And this is even more ironic, right? Because the heart space is closed off here. So to me, you're thinking through your emotions instead of, but I think it's your reprogramming. You're reprogramming your emotions or how you deal with your emotions right now, possibly around relationships, okay? So back to this judgment, we have the King of Pentacles and the Emperor. So you are feeling, your judgment is possibly that you want to take a new job, right? Or you want to start your own business, or you are feeling finally that you have more value. You're seeing your value. You're stepping into your power more. And getting clear on relationships is what's going to help propel you forward into this future where there's a 10 of Cups, Ace of Cups. The 2 of Cups down here is clarified with Queen of Swords, 4 of Swords, which is getting clear on the type of relationships that you would like to have and healing those relationships and the relationship within yourself, right? Your masculine, your feminine. And then choosing, right? You have a passionate choice. You've already chosen. He's holding on to this one wand, right? You've already chosen. So it's kind of an illusion that there's another wand here anyway. And then we have the Ace of Wands. So it's really clear to me that you already know which direction you're going. And I think that maybe the program in your head is what's keeping you from going in that direction. Once you realize, you're like, oh, I like this, I feel passionate about this, and it's grounded. Why am I not, blank? Why do I not go towards this? Or why do I not take this opportunity? Or whatever it is that you're getting clear on, right? So in the future here, we have the 10 of Cups and the Ace of Cups. Absolutely freaking gorgeous, okay? You move from the 9 to the 10, which means that you possibly have found a partner, right? That's typically what the 10 of Cups means. It's happy family. So it could be with your family. You could be mending relationships with family, and that's what's going to overflow your cup, and you're going to be fulfilled and happy and emotionally set. It could be romantic relationships. It could just be community. It could be anything here. So the 10 of Cups was clarified with 6 of Swords, the Fool, the Lovers, and the 9 of Wands, which I thought was kind of silly because you're headed right toward it, but you're still a little bit resistant, which obviously, right, because we've been hurt in the past. That's why we're ever resistant to anything. But I think this is more talking about resilience. I think there's a resilience about you, or about this connection, or about family connections, or about community connections. But the Lovers is here, right? So it could literally just be between your masculine and feminine. You're headed right toward this new beginning. And there's some sort of resilience for you getting there. But you are exhausted, I think, because you've been through so much already, right? And that could have been what kept you from it. That could have been the burden that you were working on before and what maybe kept you from something, I heard. So the Ace of Cups, we have Judgment, Chariot, Queen of Wands, Page of Pentacles. It looks to me like you have made a judgment call to move forward in a direction that makes you happy, makes you feel passionate. It could be toward another person. It doesn't have to be. We do have a lot of fire energy here. Could be Aries, Leo, Sag. But we pretty much have every element out here. So, you know, a lot less. I don't know that you I don't know, not a lot of air. Some, but not a lot. Anyway, I feel like you're moving towards something that makes you feel passionate. It could be something small. You could be offering something small at this time, or somebody offers you something small at the time. Or it could just be something new, but I think it's something grounded, playful, right? The pages represent joy and playfulness and lightheartedness. They're children energy. So you could just be going towards feeling that way, like you want to feel more connected to your inner child, more creative, which is absolutely beautiful. And then we finished this one with the 6 of Wands on the bottom here, which is victory recognition. Okay, now that was actually not even close to, I mean, it was a little bit close to what the original reading was like. But actually, I think I liked this one more. And maybe that's exactly why, right? Nothing is ever an accident. I want to get advice for you guys. Whoa, that was so loud. Sorry if you have headphones in and heard that. Advice for Cancer, please, going forward. What is the advice? I'm glad you get to see this shuffling now because I felt weird. I don't like it. The advice. Okay, we have the 5 of Wands. You don't have to do everything all by yourself. Maybe that's the mentality that you have grown up with. You know what I mean? Like, we're kind of taught societally that we have to do things ourselves, all by ourselves. You know, you have to run a business by yourself because you can't trust people. You've been hurt so many times because, you know, whatever it is, right? Oh, damn. Also, I thought this was the 5 of Swords. This is the 5 of Wands. So maybe you needed to hear that. But the 5 of Wands is actually putting something into practice. And with the High Priestess right here, it's your intuition. It's putting your intuition into practice. You need to learn how to use it better, right? Healing it. Ah, there's that King of fucking Swords. Yes, yes. So this is it. Getting clear on what is intuition and what is fear. All right. What else do we have for advice? The Hermit, the Devil, the King of Coins. You really could be dealing with a Capricorn, okay? With Aries in their chart, or Aries with Capricorn in their chart, or whatever, okay? But it doesn't have to be that either. It could literally just be, get clear on your intuition. Go within and get grounded on your value. Maybe there's something around your value here where you don't feel that could be your devil, your devil, right? Your addiction, your obsession. Maybe you this lack here over here with this Emperor and the 5 of Pentacles. It could just be how you view yourself and value yourself, right? So get clear on what your value is and understand that your intuition already knows if a person values you or not, right? Somebody outside of yourself. But put this into practice because you are worthy. You are valuable, right? Anything else here? Yeah, 7 of Pentacles, putting in the work and reaping what you sow. Yeah. So let go of a karmic cycle and move forward. Just let go. Yeah, death. Perfect. And the world. Yes. So just let go of it, right? If it's something that no longer serves you, this old belief that you are not enough, honey. I don't know whoever told you that, but they a liar. They a liar. Everybody is worthy. Every single fucking person on the planet is worthy. And people need to start acting like it and start believing that shit. Okay? So, Cancer, I want to personally invite you to my Healing for the Healers retreat. If you want to know more about that, please look in the description box below. If you want to work with me in any capacity, if you'd like to attend my webinar about your shadows, if you want to be in my school community, please check the description box for all of that. I love this for you guys. I hope you guys come back. If you liked this video, please do like it and subscribe, maybe even comment how this is working out for you. I will see you guys next time. And thank you so much, so much for being here. I love you.